so fight, 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 fight.
We are joined on set by Johnny Curtis. Let's talk some linebackers. Before we do that, though, had you ever met Pony Tuuta before? He went to John Curtis Christian. I don't know if there's a relation.
Absolutely. He was, I met Pony and his family in the 8th grade. His family moved in from Shreveport, and it's kind of interesting because the Polynesian community in Louisiana is not very high. But he came in, and his family is both ministers, his mother and his father, and he fit in really good. And I think it was just a great get for us in Louisiana. Big offensive lineman. I think the upside for him is tremendous. He's 308 pounds right now, but I wouldn't be surprised that he plays at the end of the day at about 320.
For obvious reasons, John Curtis Christian, very close to your heart. So for you to be able to go back there and to recruit a guy and get a guy who attends that school, what was that experience like for you?
Oh, it's exciting because, over the last 20 years, we've had an opportunity to put kids out at different universities. And now to have one at Ball State just really, it's exciting, it's uplifting. And, again, the Louisiana connection is going to be special to me and hopefully special to Ball State here in the near future.
A really good recruiting class when it comes to Louisiana kids for you. Let's talk linebackers, though. Yeah. Who's going to play?
Oh, gosh. You know what, though? I mean, believe me, we lost 4 guys last year and lost some really, really good players. And I think that was our I guess, mantra right here with the linebacking group as we've gone through the country and recruited these guys. Some guys from the South, some a little bit closer like Brock Burns, and, just trying to get guys that can fill the role of all-conference players such as LaShawn Wiggins and Zach Ryan. And, of course, Aaron Taylor gave us had a great year this year along with backup Stu Stanley. So we're going to have to replace a lot of guys, and we use that as a springboard in the recruiting process to recruit guys that, maybe normally we wouldn't have got. But we've got them now, and we're ready to kind of plug and play and see how it works out here coming in the fall.
I was going to say, how much are you pitching that? Obviously, you lose your top 4 linebackers and guys who were all conference caliber players. How much are you pitching? We've got holes to fill. Come here, and if you impress us, you can play as a freshman.
Well, that's a big deal anywhere you go in college football, but even more so here at Ball State. What our idea, I guess you would say, on the defensive side is to make sure we have 9 linebackers available to play at any time, not just for the linebacker on the defensive side, but also with Coach Doherty on the special teams, and that plays a huge role. So for some guys to come in here and step in and have an opportunity to play at the Division I level, and of course our goal is to get to Detroit and be in the MAC championship. That's a big thing to get these guys in the signing class.
Let's talk about some of these guys. I want to start local if we can. Tell me about Brock Burns and what he brings to the table. Safety, so is he kind of a runner-hitter guy coming down to play linebacker?
Well, we just see huge growth potential in Brock. And 6'4", right now is 202 pounds. We think that he's going to be about a 215 to 18 hybrid player, a guy that can play both in the box and out the box. In our conference, in the MAC conference, the ball gets tossed around quite a bit. So we need those flexible players. So we're excited about his growth potential and his ability to hit and cover guys.
You look at another guy from Louisiana, Shaheed Reese. I mean, production kind of jumps out at you when you look at his stats from his junior and senior year. What excites you about his future, and what stood out to you when you were recruiting him?
Well, he's the prototypical Mike linebacker. Unfortunately and fortunately, he came from a team that played against our program at John Curtis. I know the caliber of teams that he's playing against, and when you could play those types of teams week in, week out with the speed and the talent that Louisiana brings, I think he brings a huge factor into our program, especially in controlling the middle of that Mike linebacker spot.
Jimmy Dahl was a running back in high school. He was also a linebacker, though. Why is he a linebacker in college?
Best available athlete, long, rangy. Probably didn't get as many looks at the running back. So as I continue to evaluate his tape, I thought he showed a tremendous amount of speed, some toughness. He has great flexibility, good hips. So I just thought kind of like a Brock Burns type guy. He's probably a little bit bigger than Brock in terms of weight, probably at 220 right now. So, he may grow into an inside linebacker before it's all said and done.
You guys obviously as a defense have a certain style you want to play here. You want to be aggressive. When you're looking and you're evaluating linebackers at the high school level, what kind of traits, characteristics on the field are you looking for, just in general?
Well, first, I think you got to look for instincts. Do they have the ability to instinctually grasp concepts and what they see? Second thing is obviously change of directions. Can they change directions in short spaces? Thirdly, can they be physical? How physical are they going to be in the box Can they make tackles? Are they good tacklers? And I think the last thing there is, and the piece of the puzzle is their intellectual capacity and how they get along with their teammates.
Johnny, thank you, man. Congratulations on this class.
Oh, man, we're excited, man. We're fired up here at Ball State.
Johnny Curtis, Ball State Cardinals linebackers coach, 6 linebackers here for Ball State.